I just do this the whole podcast?
No, but I am very fascinated about the relationship between like Italians and Jews. Because we're very similar.
Very similar, yeah.
But we're also different in a lot of ways. Different values.
I would say that about all humans.
Italians don't really read or educate themselves. You know?
You guys had a long period of being super... Didn't you invent like a lot of language?
In like the 1500s, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 1500s, we like had our day.
And you had a serious day like 3,000 years ago. You guys were killing it.
Yeah.
And the Greeks too. Like Alyssa is Greek and Italian, but mostly Greek. And like the Greeks like ran the table in what, I don't know, 4,000 years ago?
Yeah.
And since then, what are they?
But Jews understand like education and, you know, just the power of like knowledge and
what was
and we're just like,
emphasized in
I'll just lift weights. That's how I'll become powerful. You know?
But there's food. Like food is a big thing.
Yeah, food's a big thing.
But your food's a lot. I mean, your food.
I guess we're more expressive and like artsy at the highest level of Italians. The highest level we can get is like a Gandolfini or like a Scorsese,
right?
You know, so that's like more artsy stuff.
What do you think about the?
There's no Italian intellectuals.
Is there not?
Not really.
What about like?
Can you name a single one? Michael Parenti's the only one I can.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like maybe there's like
he's like a leftist.
There's like
he's had his
professors of Italian, but that doesn't count.
That doesn't really count.
The people who teach Italian,
because even the people when you go to college and you take an Italian class, like your Italian professor is just some weirdo who dresses very well but is not that smart.
Do you even have a doctorate? He's like, I didn't go to college.
Yeah.
He's just an Italian guy.
Yeah.
This is Luke Mones Explained, everybody. Welcome to the show. Brendan, you've been here before.
What's up? Returning guest.
I've never had two people on before. Mike Recine is here.
I think you're doing a great job.
It's a good group.
Yeah.
This is a good group.
I'm American, by the way. I think we're all American. Okay, let's not start. If there was a war and like the Italians were like, you ever think about this?
You're just being contrarian now. You're trying to.
I hadn't said anything that entire time, and I went
strip our identities away.
Everybody's the same.
I felt like I hadn't said anything for a while, and I needed to have a nuanced opinion about what we were talking about. So just for shits and giggles,
and you have to.
Let's
He's
just know this
me.
is soaked in me not saying anything for a while. So
you jumped in
none
on
of
Star
this
Wars,
has to be said,
didn't you?
But if the Italians went to war with us and they were like, we're going to kill all Americans, what side do you think you're going to be on?
America.
Definitely,
yeah.
America. So
even the mafia.
No, you know what? It would depend on the dynamics of the war. I don't know because if
have you been to Italy?
Yeah.
I would love to go.
Yeah,
to
it's
Italy.
nice. Have you been, Mike?
No, I've never been, but I would love to go.
It's nice. It's you walk around a lot and you eat like a lot of pasta, but you don't get fat.
It's pretty crazy
Why?
because you're just walking all the time.
Yeah,
But it seems
but
like
the
the
food's
people
better. I think
Definitely.
that's what everybody's.
I also think there's a real thing about like there's less processed food, and so you don't feel it as acutely. Even though all you're eating is like pasta and cheese.
God, my diet has been so horrible lately.
Have you been to Ireland?
Yeah, I went to Ireland 2 years ago. It was
Was that cool?
awesome.
I love Ireland. Have you been there?
It was awesome.
No, I want to.
It's sick.
pretty cool.
It's a lot like this weather right now. It's pouring all the time. But the
I'm
castles.
an eighth Irish.
Oh, are
Really?
you?
Yeah.
Did you do the 23andMe thing or the ancestry?
No, I won't do it because I feel like I've thought what I am forever.
Totally.
So I don't want to like find it's different.
I thought that I was my entire life. I thought I was.
If I find that I'm
gypsy.
Palestinian, I'm going to get really annoing. I'm going to get extremely
You go, well.
I knew it.
You all turn your back on me. Turns out.
I just ramp it up.
Yeah, you're gonna ramp it
200%.
up. You start wearing those like scarves around your head and everything.
I thought my whole life I was 1/8 Roma or Gypsy, as they say. But then I found out recently that I don't know if I am.
When I was in
geez.
Ireland, I was with
I can
an
say.
ex-girlfriend of mine. We were in Galway celebrating St. Patrick's Day. And
Somebody was like, "Get out of here, gypsy!" It was like a guy in a suit.
no,
a guy in a suit going to work.
Yeah, a pink suit maybe.
I'm trying
But
so hard.
there was a guy that tried to get into the bar. We were hanging out with this other couple, and there was a guy who tried to get into the bar, and they were pushing him out and being like that and like whatever. And they went, "Oh, that's a gypsy," you know. Da, da. And then my girlfriend goes, "That's a gypsy," and everyone was like, "Jesus fucking Christ,
That's crazy. Yeah, because my grandma, like in the Bronx, when she like in the 20s and
the
30s,
word "gyp" comes from gypsy.
it's like the word Jew comes from Jew.
yeah."
The verb Jew.
The verb Jew
comes from the noun Jew.
Brendan's like, what? No, but her she was like, I remember her telling me that her mom would make her wear garlic around her neck when she went to school to ward off evil spirits. And I'm like, well, that's definitely gypsy. That was like, I heard that and I go, confirm gypsy.
Well, now, how old were you when that happened, you said?
How old was I? I was in the 1920s. I wasn't alive.
Oh, sorry.
It can't be cooked. It has to be raw.
Yeah. You're at the playground, like cutting them up into slicing them.
like Goodfellas.
You're like, actually, you did me a favor. I'm like, everybody likes me. I make some really good stuff.
You're Paul Sorvino.
Speaking of trying to make friends, I remember I have this memory of being in like first grade, and I went over these kids on the playground, and I said, "Hey, can I play with you guys?" And they go, "Sorry, you have to have black jeans on to play with us." And they were all wearing black jeans, and I just remember looking down at my like shitty sweatpants that I was wearing.
That's so
My
weird.
mom sent me to school with. Yeah, I went home. I was like, "Mom, I have to have black jeans."
Dude, I don't think I owned a pair of jeans until probably 2010.
Yeah,
I was all in
sweatpants.
You were all sweatpants?
Sweatpants and basketball
See,
shorts.
I felt like a kid wearing sweatpants. I was
So
like,
did I.
Yeah,
But I mean,
they felt like sweatpants felt like they were for babies.
I wore sweatpants. You're talking about first grade sweatpants. I mean, I was wearing sweatpants probably until honestly like 5th grade. I was wearing sweatpants all the time. I thought it was cool.
It is cool. I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
Are you? You got to kind of. I think it's important. We bring it back. The sweatpants. I mean,
I wear sweatpants every single day, but for like a good 6 years, I didn't wear sweatpants.
I was a kid that
jeans
wore
crew.
jeans. I was a big jeans kid growing up.
Did you wear husky jeans?
Now, what does that mean? Like
They call
the
them
label?
husky, like for like heavier kids. They call them husky.
No,
They said husky on them.
no. I wasn't like I was a chubby kid.
really
but
hammer
I
it
wasn't-
home.
Yeah, we get it. Do you wear those fat guy jeans?
I had khakis
'cause
with
I wore
a
them. I think they were
stretchy
all-
thing in them.
The elastic.
really.
The hidden elastic. Yeah.
That's kind
I
of
had regular jeans.
fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, it was like a husky coated elastic.
Sure,
It was a
sure.
thing of like, don't let anybody know that you have elastic in your pants.
My
Okay,
parents,
interesting.
even to this day, think I'm fatter than I am. Every time they would buy me something or whatever, like if they got me a shirt, they'd get me like a triple XL shirt when I was like a large. I was like, and I'm like in middle school, and they're getting me
Yeah.
like a triple X. Like this should fit, but it was really not
Yeah.
great, and it really affected me.
When I was selling,
Jesus, dude. All right. Well, thanks for being here. Wow.
they just don't know your size.
No,
Yeah,
Triple XL is crazy.
that's big though.
yeah, huge.
When I was selling T-shirts recently, a guy ordered a 4XL, and I like ordered it, and then I said, "Hey, your shirt's in." I never heard back from him.
What's it? Wasn't that merch line? It was on the internet. He was like, "Let me get a 4XL."
Yeah, I just did it like through email. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But I ordered him a 4XL shirt.
Special made.
Yeah,
It's a lot of extra fabric.
That's a lot of-
Once
that's
you
a
hit
lot of
4, dude, that's like 4XL is a
and I didn't
huge
even like
shirt.
really make money off that order because
Yeah.
you have to pay per shirt.
Right, and he never
That
hit
shirt
you
was
up.
like $26. Yeah.
He never contacted you.
No, but somebody else, another podcast listener, luckily, is a 4XL.
Yeah, as they tend to be.
yeah,
Most
yeah.
of the people, there's not a single listener of this podcast who's below 2XL.
Yeah,
I think. I would assume it's a lot of big guys. It's a lot of big dogs. Remember
It's
big
funny.
dog shirts?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like
oh, yeah.
speaking of Star Wars, I had I remember I had a shirt. that
By
was
the way,
Princess Leia.
sorry.
she was a dog.
Yes, I had South Park that was a dog. I had Simpsons that were
South
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was like
Star
not-
dogs.
it was like South Park.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it said
Yeah,
South,
South
Park,
Park
and
is
they
funny.
were all. It was a really cool shirt.
Yeah.
and I.
See, I wasn't big enough
actually
to wear those.
was looking for if Big Dog was still around, like if that was just a company that went away. And I got to tell you guys, they are thriving.
Are they?
Oh yeah, they are thriving. I want to get some. I'm like they got some cool shirts, but they are so 100% more for like the like right leaning kind of like take my. There's literally like shirts with like the dog being like this and being like can't take my country.
Right.
You
It's
know
like
what I
thin
mean?
blue
But
line
it's like
dogs.
still the dog. Yes, dude. The thin blue line is all over
Yeah.
that website.
Well, I
It's
think
more
that-
like big dog whistle. more like big dog whistle.
Hey, here's your camera. You're doing it.
I want to
in
get
his
it in the
camera.
background. Big dog whistle.
I feel like thin blue line shirts have definitely taken over boardwalk shirt culture. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
Because the big dog shirts, I bought all my big dog shirts on a boardwalk. Usually, if I bought a big dog shirt, it came with a corn dog or an elephant ear. And now, like, it was the kind of shirt I think big dog. I smell corn dog. I smell waffle fries in a cup.
Boardwalk shirts just aren't as creative. Maybe I'm older, but they're just not as creative as they used to be. They're not as like funny. They're not as funny.
I don't know if they were ever the most
funny.
creative.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't. Maybe
When you're a
The
kid,
funniest boardwalk shirt was "fuck you, you fucking fuck."
Yeah, those were funny.
We were kids being like, "Yes."
I remember I came to first day of 6th grade with a boardwalk shirt. I thought it was just like a funny saying, and it said, "Don't make me go fetch my flying monkeys." And I thought it was like just like a cool like rock shirt. And then some kid came up and was like, "Is that like a wicked witch of the West shirt from Wizard of Oz?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And then I looked it up.
One of the greatest pieces of cinema of all time.
And he's like, "Why are you wearing a wicked witch of the West shirt?" I was like, "It's a cool shirt,
Oh my God.
dude."
That's so annoying. Why are you wearing that? Why are you doing that?
That's my whole
kids
life, dude.
Fucking suck.
That's my whole life.
all
Adults do it too.
Yeah. My cousin's kid is like a very cute kid, and he's got long hair. My kid's got long hair.
Yeah.
And I guess he cut it because some kid came up to him and was like, "Why do you have long hair?" And he was like, "I have to cut my hair." He had this beautiful head of hair.
How long was his
Cut it
hair?
off. You know, like
I'm imagining he has like Rapunzel like down to his knees. You're like, he was cool, man. He was wearing his hair down.
The big dog shirts. I mean, you know what I really love about the big dog shirts is
But you're not really tall enough to wear a big dog shirt.
Are they like a big?
I
and
feel like
tall
they were
shirt?
like for huge
No,
guys.
I think they're. I mean, they are for huge guys. Just their demographic.
They're not-
Hu-
yeah.
but like,
I think no. I think
only
stocky
Luke is-
guys could wear them though. I think. No,
but
I
you're
said,
not like
cool.
you're not like heavy enough to wear a big dog
But
shirt.
I was.
Yeah.
I was like a big kid, and I could I was definitely I was like big dog shirts, Wizard of Oz shirts.
don't make me get my red slippers. You got a different
I'm
one.
gonna steal your slippers.
He's got another shirt that says "Head on roof." Head on roof.
I show up to school dressed like Dorothy. I'm like, it's fine, dude. This is a cool
You
shirt.
got little things.
Why are you dressed like Dorothy? I have a little basket with a
You look
dog.
more like Wendy from Wendy's. Someone goes, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, no, I think you could have pulled off a big dog
I'm
shirt.
going-
You're wearing a T-shirt of the movie In and Out with Kevin Costner.
This might be the saddest sentence I ever say.
You're like, no, I thought it was In and Out, like the penis going into the vagina.
What's the saddest sentence you've ever said?
But when I get my money up, I'm going to buy some big dog T-shirts.
Yeah?
That might be the saddest sentence in the world.
I think
someone
that's
can
cool.
say. But they're still cool. I went to them. I was like looking at them, and they remind me of when my mom used to buy me clothes and like used to dress me, and she'd like lay it out on my bed.
Yeah, very
My
rarely
shirt
is,
for
can
tomorrow.
someone
nice
buy
big dog shirt.
everyone. No one's ever bought a big dog shirt on their own. It's all from a parent or from an uncle.
You're not allowed.
Yeah, or from
You're
a
not
cousin
allowed.
or something.
The big
Yeah.
dog.
Because you can't call yourself a big dog.
Yeah.
It's got to be given to you by somebody.
They go. Before we confirm purchase.
Yeah.
Who's this for? I go, it's for me. All right, tough guy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you don't really look like a big dog.
Also, this is again part of the boardwalk thing. I don't think I've ever seen a big dog shirt before it's on a person. Like I've never seen it like on a shelf. It's always on that thing where it's stretched out like this.
Oh, yeah.
You know that like when boardwalk shirts are sold, they're like put up like a display, like a weird
into
display
a
thing.
Yeah, where it's like
very
a little
strange.
box.
Why don't more stores do that?
I think it's just so you can see the designs, like you can see all of them. You don't have
Right.
to flip through the shirts. Man, I could talk about T-shirts all day.
That
Me
sounds
too,
like,
dude.
honestly,
I
that
fucking
sounds like
love
something I would do a bit about. Is it sounds like I have a 5-minute bit about how come T-shirt stores put a thing up there,
Yeah.
like
Dude, I
that?
got the funniest text from Luke the other day. He goes, I think I'm done being clean. I think I'm going to be a dirty comic. And it just made me laugh picturing you going from like in your George Carlin era. You're like being like, he's fucking. So I was fucking his
guys
chick's
eat
pussy.
ass.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I texted you that because I got off stage and I was like, this guy came up to me and he was like, dude, are you the guy with the gargoyles bit? And I was like, yeah. He goes,
But do you consider yourself a clean
I
comic?
love
I think so, yeah,
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not super clean, but I would say in general I'm clean. But it's less about being clean and more about like I feel like I have carved myself. It's not like I think about this actively, but I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
feel
right,
like
right.
I'm like most of the stuff I end up putting out or writing is like kind of about useless.
It's
stuff,
observational.
observational
You know what
useless
you
stuff.
like to write
Yeah.
about.
I'm talking about gargoyles, dude.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
But
doing
that's
like
what I love about your comedy. It's like it's like it's very the brand. You're like, it's good. It's
Bring it on.
Yeah,
I wish I could write more like that.
Yeah,
Because
Yeah.
everything I write is like, I'm like, all right, Mike, another dark joke. How about you just talk about what are you going to do when you're bombing?
yeah.
Write something about
Alyssa
ice
and I
cream
were,
sundaes.
Alyssa and I were watching Monk, and I was like, I turned to her and I was like, how come when there's parades, people are always sitting in convertibles on the top going like this? And she was like, you can do a bit about that. I was like,
It's funny though. I also had a thought like that. I went.
He liked it. It's funny. It's
But
funny
here's the
idea.
difference. I went to a parade and I had a thought like that
Yeah,
too.
but then he sits down to write and he goes, what if they were in a parade? The lady was getting fucked in the ass.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
I was trying to make it
got
dirty.
exactly.
You're like Butters. You're like Butters from South Park.
Yeah. What if it
dirty?
pooped a pee? Yeah.
Has anybody ever gotten roadhead sitting in a parade float?
Hey, what if
You're like,
JFK got his dick sucked right before the
But
parade?
I had that same thought, not the convertible thing. But I went, why do people in parades feel like they should need to wave? At
Yeah,
us?
you're waving at people like you're the Princess Diana.
That's got a little bit more edge than you. I'm like, why do these fucking people think they got to wave?
Well, it
to
takes
us?
the edge off a little bit because they're looking at you. You got to
Yeah, I
give them
guess
something.
so.
yeah, and it's always
All parades should just be people walking like this. It's just kind of awkwardly,
maybe the chin, yeah.
awkwardly
This is just me
acknowledging.
workshopping my next hour all about parades and gargoyles.
But it's dirty.
It's dirty.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
now
adding
you're going-
fuck.
Yeah.
When was the last time anybody saw a new
What do you
fucking
think happens when a
gargoyle?
gargoyle comes?
Do you feel that way when you're doing?
Gargoyles?
No, when you're doing like a bit about that. Do you ever get off stage and you're like, God, who cares?
That's why I texted you.
Oh, really?
You're like, what am I talking about? Who cares?
Because sometimes it goes well, but sometimes I'm just talking about gargoyles, and then I see like a girl in the front row going,
Yeah.
you know, and then somebody comes up next and they're like, "Man, fucking my husband hates me" or whatever, and you're like, "That's
Honestly, everybody's doing that
Yeah.
kind of like biographical kind of stuff. So having someone that's at least like, why do shoelaces blah blah blah? It's kind of a breath of fresh air, to be honest.
oh,
To be able to make the stuff funny. Yeah.
how about how about this? How about I haven't tried this yet, but how about I thought of this last night. I woke up to write this on my phone. Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. You know,
Stop! You've hit oil.
how come the Ewoks are having this big party and Luke Skywalker's in the corner burning his father's corpse? Nobody walked over and went, "Hey man, no Ewok walked over and was saying it."
We're trying to have fun over here.
An Ewok walks over and goes,
Hey, man, why don't you get some food or something?
he's got a beer in his hand. He's like, what's this?
What you got going over here?
I'm burning my father's corpse.
Right, because it's like a Jedi ritual, I think, to
Right.
burn the
Can
He
I
goes,
smoke?
"Hey, isn't that the most famous villain of all time?" And he's like, "It's actually my father."
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
burning his body.
He just goes, that's heavy. Yeah. He just walks away. He goes, you want to eat anything?
Goes up to Han Solo. He's like, "Hey man, your boy's really tripping over there."
He always does this.
the Force ghost. Anyway, that's all I got.
Force Ghost is being like, what a bummer.
But I think that's kind of funny.
I think if I was a Force Ghost, I wouldn't want to see my body getting burned. If I showed up as a ghost and someone was burning my body, I go, I'll be right back.
you're already a ghost.
Yeah, but I don't want to see my body getting burned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Will that be gross? Do ghosts feel gross?
I think that it probably smells bad to have a body burned. Period.
Right.
Like
I would imagine.
like
yeah.
like it smells. I would say like just on the smelling burning hair.
Yeah,
I know what
yeah,
that
yeah.
smells like, and that smells so bad. It's like we're biologically wired.
You got to watch their organs like pop because they get too
now
hot.
that's
and
a
they start
party.
popping.
Maybe that's the next evolution for me. I'm going, how bad do you think it smells to burn a body?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You skip dirty. You just go into like sick.
All right.
Your next,
Yeah.
Luke Mones Sicko.
Are there any big sicko guys? I feel like there have
You know
to
what
be.
you should try to do? You know what we should try to do?
I don't think so.
You should try to write a dirty half hour, and I'll try to write a clean half hour. And
Yeah.
we'll release them together.
Honestly, I would.
That's a great
I would
idea.
love that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what I texted him. I was like, dude, I got to be dirty. And then I sat down and I was like trying to think of dirty stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
And I was
yeah.
I was like walking around.
You. He's thinking about eating ass.
Yeah.
His face changes.
I write fuck on a notepad. I'm like, I can't do this. This is crazy. No, I say fuck. Shit. Can we cut that?
Well, that's what I asked you. I was like, you curse on stage.
No,
at
I
least.
curse once in a while, but I'm saying, I'm not doing.
What do you
like
think's
squeaky.
going to happen for you? You get all clean, you get all dirty, and then what?
I don't know. I just feel like I sometimes, you talk about gargoyles for long enough, you start to
You
feel
can make
trapped.
gargoyles dirty. Though. You start to feel trapped. Is hilarious. I think you're more trapped if you are dirty and then you try to do like an observational thing. If you're
that's the thing. I'm lucky in the sense that I can go that direction, but there are certain people who can't go. Certain people can't go back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like if somebody's like a really like famously gross guy. Like I guess there's people talking about like
no, I think anybody can do anything if they create it.
You think that's a whole false thing? Like you think like a one-liner guy can't,
except for maybe like Seinfeld. I'm sure if Seinfeld was like, you know what? Why does sometimes their pussy smells?
he's like 70. It's too late for him.
He gets kidnapped by aliens, and they're like, "We write us an hour of comedy.
Yeah, it's all Wattos.
Make it filthy. we love toilet humor
and money. We love money.
I can't do it.
Like, what's the deal with taking a pee?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, I could try. I'm actively thinking about it all the time, but
That's crazy. It's like you're a sober person. For cursing on stage. You're like, man, I'm going to relapse.
I got to get back into it. Can we talk about you drinking? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. I mean,
So you relapsed?
I relapsed
This
couple
week?
on St. Patrick's
This is like
Day.
Howard.
Like
now it's like full Howard Stern.
Howard Stern.
Oh
Yeah.
my! Tell me about your relapse.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Robin, can you believe it?
When do you take your shirt off? I want to turn my podcast into 90s Howard Stern.
I'll tell you
God.
what.
Beetlejuice, come in here. Take your shirt off.
Yeah, I just felt it's hacky to do it on St. Patrick's Day for sure. But it was such a nice day out, and my therapist was like, "Oh, that's kind of sad." He goes, "You couldn't just enjoy the day." He's like, "You had to totally." Like he's like you couldn't enjoy the reality, so you had to like poison your reality.
Can I say something crazy?
Totally.
Can I say something kind of over the line? I feel like your guys' therapist that everybody goes to, he sounds kind of mean.
Well, he's like I haven't been to him in a long time, but he's.
Did you go to him?
I went to him for a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
He's very good, but yeah, he's a little blunt.
He's blunt.
That's blunt, dude. I
need blunt.
He gives him a lot of straight talk. I hear about it, and I'm like,
He's
this
not
is
gonna,
like it. I
He's not
need
going to
straight
coddle
talk.
you.
I-
know?
Yeah, I need
like
straight
coddle-
talk. I mean,
coddle
he's
me.
Yeah.
you know, you feel that he's like empathetic.
Oh,
So
okay. Because maybe I just get the report from you where he's like, you're like, yeah, I went into Al, and then he was like,
it's a
you're a pussy. You should kill yourself.
yeah, well, he did say he has called me a pussy before, but now we kind of laugh about it.
I see.
But he wasn't like you're a pussy.
Does he have a ponytail?
No,
No.
he could though. I think.
Yeah, he could. I've never
He
seen the
could.
back of his head.
Yeah, he's got like long.
I did see
white
him on the
hair.
street one time. I think
That's
Ooh,
crazy.
that's
Family.
crazy.
weird. Yeah.
With his family. That's crazy.
Did you approach him? We pretended not to know you.
I think he might have been wearing one of those like shirts with Geronimo on it. It says Homeland Security defending from terrorists. I think it was either him or his son.
He's wearing a boardwalk shirt.
It's funny. Yeah, imagine like what your therapist wears outside the office.
Whoa.
Totally.
It's like a no fear T-shirt or
Thin blue line.
Yeah, big dog, big dog shirt.
These colors don't run.
You're like, wow, I really like you, man.
I knew I liked you.
But yeah, so I had a good couple of hours though. If you ever relapse, it's great for the first couple of
And
hours.
did you like buy liquor? Did you go to a bar?
I went to a bar near my house, and I opened up a tab. I had to use a card, so I was like, "Here's a card," and I went, "We're closing the card, but I'm having whiskey." I went one shot of Jameson and one Guinness. St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
I had the shot, and it felt so good. It was just like it went into my veins and stuff. It was awesome.
That's
And
the
then-
best because a little whiskey when you haven't had it in a while is
Yeah.
great. But if you're drinking whiskey every night, which is sometimes what I
Yeah.
do, which is you don't even feel anything.
Totally.
Really?
You're just like I'm just like putting this poison into my body.
Yeah, I haven't
What do
felt
you have,
anything
one
from
glass?
alcohol in a long time. I just got to get
That's
this
kind of
away.
the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go. I just need 3 or 4 to make the fucking shake stop.
I didn't not that I don't have the shakes, but I didn't realize how I always thought that the shakes were people who were like in end stage liver failure, imminent death alcoholism. But there's like young people with the shakes.
Yeah.
Who
Get like it's like a feverish kind of thing.
yeah,
that
like you
happens.
see like when you see a comedian with like kind of like in a cold sweat at like 7 p.m., you're like, oh, he needs to drink.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
But you never got
I knew
there.
a friend. I never got there. I'm just like, yeah, I just when I drink, I drink a lot. Like I can't do the and I thought I was like maybe I can have one and then whatever. And then after the Guinness, I was just like, I gave her the card and I went, keep it open. And I just stayed there all day.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And then it was
what
St.
time
Patrick's
did you get there?
Day.
Yeah,
3 o'clock.
And it was a Sunday.
I stayed there
Sunday,
till midnight.
and the weather was nice. I mean, Sunday.
The weather was not. It's so.
And then Sunday in a bar around in the
and I was
afternoon
just
really
alone
nice.
in my apartment. Like I was alone, and I had to, and I don't like that.
What
so I had to leave.
what made you do it? Because I remember last time you drank was after us doing half hours, which was
Yeah.
Bad enough.
Totally. It's so funny to put that on someone, too. I know. It's so funny to put that on someone, too.
It's
'cause
crazy.
I went, yeah, I just got a Guinness. And Luke's like, all right.
Yeah,
He's
like we had just
okay.
done the show. And we were out with I forget, it was like people you went to high school with or something?
Well, there was one girl there that I went to high school
And
with.
she brought her friends. And then we all went to a bar. And then Brendan was like, I have a beer. I was like, have
Yeah,
you not drank
beer.
in 4 years?
Yeah, 3 years. But
that was crazy.
so that was. But then I didn't drink for a little bit after that, and then I just wanted that, that feeling of that quick feeling,
Totally.
of just that relaxation. The shoulders drop, and then I'm calling people that I don't normally hang out with. I'm like, come down to sun. People that won't be like, are you?
I
all
really
right?
love being at a bar and just drinking a lot of whiskey and just being on Twitter. And I'll just tweet
Being
stuff
alone.
really pretty drunk, reply to people.
It's a great feeling.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Roseanne got a bad rap.
I think some of my best tweets have just been me at a bar.
Yeah,
Sure,
Well,
yeah.
you feel like Hemingway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Sitting there
yeah.
writing.
Yeah, you're like tweet drunk, edit so tweet drunk, delete sober.
I don't understand how he did that. How any of them did that. How they because if I get too drunk,
No
I just
way.
want to
Just
watch
pass out.
TV and eat 2 burritos.
Well, I'll do a lot of Instagram stories. I'm like, if you see a lot of that, I'm like, oh, I'm drinking, showing the bar, it's
showing the bar.
it's a new bar, no one's seen it before. I'm
Look
like,
at this.
I'm like, well, there's a guy playing in the corner.
Were there those kids who do the SantaCon type thing? Not SantaCon, but you know what I mean,
It was
St. Patrick's
all
Day.
drunks. It was all people that were just down to get fucking blacked out.
Because it's
that day.
Sunnyside. It's not
Sunnyside.
I gave
yeah,
up your
it's just
neighborhood.
a
Nobody's.
normal- That's okay. I'll give him my fucking address and the apartment number. Come kill me.
That's where
That's
things
how
are
you
at.
quit drinking
Yeah,
somehow.
I go, I-
people.
I need to fight people to
break
the
into your
death.
apartment.
Yeah.
People start coming, knocking on the door, fighting you. When was the last time you were in a fight?
When was the last time I was in a fight? I got into an argument with a guy recently, and I'm talking about it on stage. But I was at the post office with my mom, and this guy's backing up into my mom's car, and she lays on the horn, which that gave me such anxiety. I acted like she was beating someone to death. You know what I mean? She was like, "Hey!"
I mean, that
and I
is
was
crazy.
I'm going "Stop it! You're killing him!"
I feel like girls like to use the horn
They
more than
love it.
guys.
Totally.
Maybe.
They love laying on the
yeah.
horn. But so then this fucking chode came out, and I'm with my mother. You know
I'm imagining
what I
it's the Bagel Boss guy getting out of the car.
We did go to Bagel Boss that day. R.I.P. He's dead.
I don't think he's
No,
dead.
I don't know if he is.
I think he just had a stroke and
Get
now
him on the show.
he's off. I mean, I would love
The phones
to
are
have him
lighting
on the
up.
show.
No, I think he's dead.
Would you
want me
mind?
to Google it?
Would you mind?
Yeah, I got you.
I think he's alive. I think
Would you
he
mind
just had a
doing
stroke.
your
I
job
thought it
every
was
once in a while?
they're a fake, like a hoax.
That he was dead?
No, he
it
definitely
was a
had a
hoax
stroke.
that
He
he
was
died.
supposed to. I think he was going to
Dude,
box.
he's trying
Mike
to
Ditka or something.
He's trying to fake his death, and now he's in disguise in Delaware, and he's wearing it's we all know you're Bagel Boss guy, and he's like, what? What are you talking
He
about?
had a
He's got
real
beard.
moment. He did in record time. He started doing stand up comedy.
Really?
And then, but then he
Jesus
almost.
Christ.
What do we got, Mike?
It's hard to tell if it's a hoax or not.
Yeah, I
'Cause
don't think he is.
Reddit's telling me he's dead, but I'm seeing in the New York Post and the Daily Mail that he's hospitalized after a stroke.
But that was 2019.
2019, yeah.
But
So
he-
it's hard to say. There's no official confirmation that he's dead.
I can try to find
because you
him.
can't trust Reddit,
Yeah,
as you know.
You can't.
he's gonna fight Watto. I heard.
Wait, so you saw the guy came out of the car?
So yeah, guy came out of the car. Just real quick, remember before this, I was like, a phone number just texted me, and I don't know who they are. So they went, hey, and I went, who dis? And she goes, I'm Cindy. Are you Mike, 50 years old?
Dude, it's a scam.
I know.
How does that scam work though? Because I get those
And I
all
go,
the time.
no.
So
Eventually,
she goes,
people go, "Oh, well, then what is your name?" And he goes, "Brendan," and she goes, and then back and forth a few times. Then she realizes she has a mark, and she reels him in, and then
Or
she's
he,
like,
it's he for sure. Or she.
"Yeah, that's true." He realized he has a mark.
It's usually like a honeypot thing.
Yeah, and then
It's a bunch of Wattos.
Eventually, he's like, "Hey, can you wire $800 to Pakistan or whatever?"
Oh, okay.
And I go,
Pakistan
yes,
or
sweetheart.
Mexico.
Yeah, baby cakes, angel face.
Well, that's how you like. I get
I start
those
telling you
scam
guys I
calls
have
all
a
the time.
Girlfriend in Pakistan. I go, you guys really gotta meet. I don't know. Think of a name. I can't. I didn't want to think of a name. Let's leave it there.
We can fill in the blank. And his bagel boss. How's bagel boss got you?
Let's go back on this big one. So the guy comes out.
Yeah.
This is the most recent conflict I've had. The guy comes out, but rest assured, I am constantly in a conflict with people because there are people trying to test my gangster.
Yeah.
On a regular basis.
Sure.
He comes out. My mom is like going like this, like in the car.
Sure.
He's like, so then he walks up to the window, which
Oh.
I'm taking as a threat.
Huge. Yeah.
That's a threat. And he goes, do we have a problem? And she goes, why are you backing up so close to me? And he was actually trying to get into her spot before, but we were just sitting there putting our seatbelts on. And then he went around and then backed up into her to scare her. That you need to know. So she goes, why are you backing up into me? And he's like, I was waiting there for you guys to leave. You weren't leaving. And she's like, and I go, be patient. Like, how long? And he goes, I was waiting there for half a minute. And then me and my mom go, half a minute? Like, we were like, that's 30 seconds. We both jump on him. We're like, 30 seconds. You could wait there. So we're both jumping on him.
Clowning on someone with your mom is awesome.
It was pretty fun. And then he goes, well, maybe someone should lose their license. Like, someone shouldn't have their license anymore, which is like old people, that's like dropping the mic for an old
Totally,
person. From
right.
old person,
How old was he?
He's like my mom's age. He was like 60-something, late 60s. And she says something. And then I just jump
See, I
down
never
his
have the
throat.
thing ready to say.
Me
you know?
neither.
Well,
Well,
I'm never ready for
I
the
never had a
conflict.
thing ready
Yeah.
to say.
I pissed myself.
He goes, and then he went, have a blessed day. And I went, shut the fuck up. And then he blew me a kiss, and I caught it.
But you didn't get out of the car.
No, I wasn't going to get out of the car and fight this guy.
That would be crazy.
But I
wrote
did
this in a script. We'd
scream
have to do some rewrites.
I know.
Brendan, it's very
rough-
confusing
rough
what's
draft,
happening.
rough
It's a
draft.
fight story.
No, it's just a recent conflict I had. But I did
Yeah.
scream a slur over my mom. Like, my
Right.
mom's here, and I'm going,
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is, you can't walk around in life looking for fights. You can't walk around
Right.
being ready for fights. You got to be open to like the world and other people.
Yeah, because once
Totally.
you get into like a...
But sometimes when somebody fucks with you, it takes you by surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy threw it was like, remember that night with the lights? We were walking towards the cellar.
this was-
and,
this was
Sometimes
crazy.
I'm ready for people to say stuff to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's certain.
well, you
if
get
I'm-
into a zone sometimes. Like, I'll be
Sometimes you go
walking
like, I
around.
wish somebody would say something. You get something
Yeah.
ready.
This
So you start
guy.
getting really offended by
This guy was
everything.
trying to fight us. I
Yeah.
went in. I think I.
He was
what,
trying
what
to fight
happened to me?
anybody.
Did I just
You
go
left.
inside?
I
just went inside.
You abandoned.
Yeah.
If I were to find a word for what you did, I would say betrayal.
He was trying to fight you
abandoned.
guys.
Brendan
No,
and
he was
Luke.
trying to fight anybody that would.
It was us and Mike Cannon were walking, and then this guy, he had like a very stroby thing on his iPhone that was playing on loop. And
What, like a light?
what?
I was just telling Brendan to get closer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
get
was
closer
trying
to
to be
the mic.
discreet, and we fucked the
okay,
whole thing
okay.
up.
No, it's okay.
Because you went like this.
I thought he was smoking. I was like, is he smoking?
Smoke it.
Oh. This guy came up to us with this strobe thing, he was trying to like hurt, and I was like, get away. And then I went inside. I was just like, I don't want to deal with this. And then he kept following Brendan and Mike.
Yeah.
What? I completely abandoned
And
you.
we had
And
actually
then-
just been talking about fighting. We were talking about it pretty heavily. We were like, fights this and this
And then
fights.
did Mike Cannon slug him in the head?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, what
It's
happened?
so funny
a great
because
word.
you spend so much of your life when you're in like middle school just like getting bullied and worrying about bullies. And then
Sure.
you become an adult and it just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, and this wasn't even
Now this guy's bullying. He's just
Yeah.
bullying you.
Yeah,
like a 20-year-old kid bullying two men in their 30s.
right. Like he
He was just shining a strobe light in
he
you.
was shining
Yeah.
a flashlight in our face, which was going like red, blue, green, red, blue, green, red, blue, green.
It was very frustrating.
And Mike said to him, he was doing it in our face, and then Mike said to him, if you keep doing that, I'm going to throw you through this wall. So that'll do it. So then he kept doing it because he's a fucking crazy person. Like, he didn't even look homeless or anything. He just
wasn't homeless.
He was a young kid.
Dressed really
a
well.
young kid, like, trying to TikTok prank us.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's a prank. It's a prank.
dude, it's a prank. It's a prank.
Speaking of, did you see that video where the guy shot the DoorDash driver shot the YouTube prankster at the mall?
Of course.
Oh,
Seeing it, it's
those
the background
are
on my
great.
phone. What are you talking about?
I love those videos.
And it's great because that kid really hasn't learned his lesson. He's still doing prank videos.
Is he?
He got shot in the stomach, and he's still doing his little.
Well,
prank.
dude, there was a guy who was. This isn't even pranks; it's like terrorizing at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
But there was this guy in England who walked into someone's house.
No,
And
I saw that.
You saw that, and then
I
he went on
haven't seen
Piers
that.
Morgan.
His name
and
is like
Mooby or something
Something
like
like
that.
that,
And
yeah.
he went on.
Easy.
He went on Piers Morgan, and Piers Morgan just laid into him, I guess, or something. But he's like, all right, Piers, mate, and it's like, I'm not your mate. First of all, I'm not your mate.
I really wish I was
that
British.
cool, Brendan? Piers Morgan just laid into him. You're like standing up, clapping in your apartment for Piers Morgan.
Let's go.
Piers guy. No. Are you so
Let's
blinded?
do a shot to celebrate. He's got a foam finger. He relapsed because Piers Morgan owned a kid so hard.
I went, let's fucking go. Let's go, Piers.
Own Mooby.
Yeah. Sorry that it wasn't, I don't know. Who's your guy? Bill Nye?
I don't even know.
Bill
Yeah.
Nye.
Who's the liberal guy?
Science Chapo Trap House.
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't
Bill Maher?
Chapo Trap House.
Yeah.
Because he's like walking into people's homes and
Well, he
they're
also like stole a woman's dog and
like ran away. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
see, that's like,
Yeah.
what would you do if someone stole your dog?
I'd pull out my Glock. I don't know.
Good idea.
Well, my dog's too big, I guess.
yeah,
to
you
steal.
gotta take him.
I don't know. I guess you just run after him and hope that it's a prank video.
Yeah.
When I first got to
Or
LA,
scream, stop that guy, stop that guy.
When I first got to LA, there was near where I lived, somebody was walking Lady Gaga's two dogs, and these guys came up to
remember
him
that,
and
yeah.
shot
In the
him and
chest.
took the dogs.
Yeah.
and he survived, and he's fine. They
He
got
survived
the
and
dogs
she
back.
got her dogs back, but
How did she get her dogs back? Did she pay the
well,
hostage?
nobody
No,
really
they-
wanted.
they
Nobody
found
who
him.
shoots a dog walker in a chest is like an animal lover.
Right.
I'm here to give this dog a good
oh
home.
man, awesome! Yeah. Whoa, French bulldogs! bam, bam, bam.
They were stealing it for like money,
I think
right?
ransom money.
Yeah, ransom money.
Did they get the ransom money?
I mean, how rare? I mean,
They must have. 'cause
Ransom.
Everything was like
no.
fine.
I think they
But
just
there
found
wasn't
them.
a ton of. Oh, really?
I think somebody turned like a associate of the person who stole the dog, like turned them in because
I'd love to picture
ransoms almost never work. Dude.
Lady
Like,
Gaga
ransoms-
being like, I don't work with terrorists. Keep the dogs.
I don't negotiate.
Yeah, I don't negotiate with terrorists.
She's dressed in tinfoil or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
You know, she's in The Sopranos. She's an extra in The Sopranos.
She is in the episode where they're throwing shit into the
in the
pool.
pool. She's in the bleachers.
She's
pool
in
scene.
the bleachers. Yeah.
The Beachers.
She's in the
Beachers.
bleachers.
You know
She's in
Beacher.
Beacher, yeah.
You know who else is? Lin-Manuel is in Sopranos.
Right. He's a featured extra. He has a line. He
Well,
goes,
he's a waiter,
he
right?
goes, he's a bellboy.
bellboy.
He goes,
Bellboy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
That's
know.
pretty good.
I don't know. That's good.
You're a good rapper. Can we talk about
thanks.
that?
Yeah, sure. I wrote a rap song
For
as
this?
my-
They're like,
for
Lynn, that's
this
great,
right
but can you
now.
just say the line, please?
Ever since I was a young boy, I didn't know. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus fucking Christ. Hamilton. James Gandolfini in Hamilton.
Oh, you got to see this play.
You gotta see this. Jesus Christ, Hamilton. You're gonna get us killed by the English. You're gonna get us whacked. You're gonna get us whacked by the English.
That's funny. Can we listen to the voicemail?
I don't have headphones.
Great point.
Why don't you have headphones? We don't have them.
One pair broke.
That's okay.
That's okay. I don't need to be in this one. I'll just sit
Here's what we can do. Mike, take your headphones off. Hold them next to Brandon's head.
I thought you were going to have a more.
and I'm going to turn up the volume on the headphones.
Okay, that's good. You should take them off, though. Like, it'll hurt your ears. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
All right,
Ready?
so this is from a listener, and I asked people to just submit, like, things that they haven't, like an unsolved mystery.
Now, have you heard this voicemail before? Are you sure have you vetted it?
No. I listened to, like, half of it, and then I turned it
Someone
off.
being like,
Hey, Luke, big fan of the show. Got an unsolved mystery for you. I was hoping you could maybe come up with some theories as to what happened here, because this one just never sat right with me. Wondering if you ever heard of the lead mask case. It was two guys in Brazil. and their bodies were discovered by a boy flying a kite on the top of a hill. And basically what they found were two bodies laying side by side, and they were on their backs facing the sky. Each body had a formal suit and a lead mask with eye holes and a waterproof coat. There was no sign of trauma or a struggle. Next to the bodies, they just found an empty water bottle, 2 wet towels, and a small notebook with this message in the notebook. At 4:30, be at the specified location. At 6:30, ingest capsules. After the effect, protect metals and await signal. And they never really figured out what was going on there. Wondering if you might have some insight. That one just didn't sit right with me. Thanks, man. Bye.
Yeah.
Mystery solved.
What happened there? They found these two guys.
Did you listen to the message?
It was hard to listen to.
No, basically, it sounds like two people. I mean,
Did like
I
a
don't.
suicide?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds very cut and dry.
Yeah.
It sounds very like simple, right? I mean, it sounds like
what did they do to kill themselves?
ingest capsules.
because there was no sign of.
But they were wearing lead masks.
What's a lead mask?
I think a lead mask is like a big, heavy metal mask,
the
right?
Man
Like
in the Iron Mask.
Man in the Iron Mask.
The Man in the Iron Mask?
Or like the mask that Jim Carrey puts on before it turns green. You know that one?
Oh, but that's wooden.
Is it now?
I think so. I think that mask is wooden. So
Ipkiss. Stanley Ipkiss. Isn't that his name?
no, is it Stanley Ipkiss?
It's either Ipkiss or Bupkiss.
It's Ipkiss. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yelnats is what I'm thinking of. Stanley
Yelnats. Oh,
From
holes.
Holes.
Holes. Everybody loves holes.
Everybody loves holes.
Everybody loves holes. What? We love holes, don't we?
You can't say that nowadays, folks. You can't say it'll be the end of your political career if you say I love holes.
They tried to. If the lizard touches you, you die. Sorry, Mr. Sir. We're calling him Mr. Sir. Yelnats, Stanley backwards. Who comes up with that stuff?
We're not going to say I love holes.
The mom, the dad made peaches. He boiled peaches. He solved foot odor. We're doing foot odor. Amazing thing.
Don't you love the way he goes like, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
He says it.
And you can't say that anymore, the thing I just said.
The all-time thing was when Parasite won Best Picture. He was still president, and he tweeted, "Whatever happened to Gone with the Wind?" I mean, that's the fun. It's so funny. You can't get.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. You know what I mean? Well, that's too damn bad. That's too damn bad. We're doing incredible things with Zero. We love Zero. We love Zero, don't we, folks?
We love Zero. His great grandmother.
Can't say that anymore.
His great grandmother was carried up a hill. I mean, that's a plug and play.
We love
Trump.
Zigzag.
And of course, they had an interracial relationship.
But you can't say that
Frowned
anymore.
upon in that time.
Oh, that's
But it's okay now. It's certainly okay.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. That'll be the best thing forever until I die, I think. Doing that, I'll be on my deathbed
See,
going
that-
like,
but-
I don't want to die.
It's interesting you bring that up, though, because that opinion about the movie, that's kind of a lame opinion. Usually Trump is very cool, but that's one of his more like old person.
Yeah, but then you
old
remember
conservative
he's like
opinions.
78 and he's...
Yeah.
Is he usually cool with his opinion?
Yeah, I think so.
He's usually very
when you
hip.
think of when you think of like his greatest hits, you're like, it's very funny.
Yes.
But that was kind of like
The
that's like
taco
something
bowl.
that's like something that like an annoying old conservative who's not funny says.
Kissing Kate Barlow.
Yeah.
You just want to be like, what was the problem with it? Well, what is
Right,
the problem
right.
that you have with Parasite?
I really liked Parasite.
And if he can come up with a good, he's like, the dialogue was totally boring.
I didn't buy the guy living in the house.
Like if he had like
If I was the
actual
guy living in my
points,
house, I'd
I
hear
would
him.
love to see that if he had actual good points that you're like, oh, this guy knows
Like
cinema.
an analysis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he just like, I liked Nomadland better. Or whatever else came out that year.
Yeah.
Remember when he was talking to those Wind Talker guys, like the World War II vets, the Native Americans?
I don't
He's like,
remember what he said. I remember them being in there, though.
yeah, so all, these guys are like in their 90s probably. They served in World War II. He's like, you're very special people. You were here long before any of us. And we have a representative in Congress who's also been here a long time. They call her Pocahontas. he just has to get it in.
That's awesome.
But I like you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the guys were like, what?
The guys are like, yeah, they're like, thanks.
We call her Pocahontas. So this mystery, what do you think?
I
Oh, we
think that-
did it. They killed themselves.
I mean, I don't know. I think they ingested the capsules, and it is weird. I think sometimes people listen. This is just my opinion. I think sometimes people
But people
kill
do
themselves
stuff like that for attention.
Yeah, even if they're killing themselves.
But like
weird.
that doesn't really. But what's weird about that is that doesn't get you a ton of attention.
Well,
That's
you're
just,
dead.
well, yeah, but like one kid found you just scared a little kid who was trying to fly his kite.
Also, how fun! I mean, that's like a movie. A kid flying a kite on a hill in Brazil, and he's like,
Right.
you know, he sees like two bodies like in
and
suits.
what were they wearing? Rubber suits.
Rubber suits. Yeah, they were wearing like tuxedos and then covered in plastic, like waterproof. So it is interesting. I mean, I think it's just people like who had a shared
It
delusion.
was like the least successful cult.
right.
yeah, it's just two guys on a hill.
Like it was two guys who could never.
Two guys standing there going, well, I guess we'll get started.
It was
And no one else is paying. So
It's 3:15.
yeah. It was
what's
two guys
the-
who just couldn't get their cult off the ground.
Right. And they're like, okay, well, we're expecting 8 more people. But
It's really hard these days to start a cult. You're competing with a lot of other.
Yeah.
It is amazing that people ever got like is it Jonestown? Like the fact that you were able to get that many people to come to your house and kill themselves. The blankets over people with the sneakers.
That's Heaven's Gate.
Okay, so what was that?
That was just like people who, I guess, they wanted to go to heaven. They wore Nikes and purple tracksuits, I think, and they
Sounds like sounds like you.
Yeah, I know. You're lucky. I'm lucky I didn't find Heaven's Gate.
Now, does Nike make a
Wait,
tracksuit?
what?
Or were
Hey,
they
what are those
mixing
cool guys?
brands?
And you're doing it
Yeah.
right now, right?
No, I'm wearing Vans.
Oh, man, which is owned by Nike, isn't it?
I don't
Dude, it's kind of a prison opening my closet in the
Converse owned by
Yeah,
Nike.
you go, what do I do?
when I'm trying to pick out a hoodie and sweatpants.
Yeah.
It's
How many
kind of a-
tracksuits do you own?
Not that many.
Do you think I could pull off a tracksuit?
Sure, anybody can.
You got the neck
They're
for
for
it,
everybody.
sure, yeah.
The hell?
If you get
You
one
do
of the
feel a
ones
little
with the-
goofy. They feel a little goofy to wear, but like,
Yeah, you do
to
feel
the
kinda like
to
an
the
idiot.
airport. There's nothing better.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, I'm
Hoodie,
basically
matching
wearing.
hoodie and sweatpants to the airport.
Yeah.
I'm wearing like athletic pants and a hoodie every time I fly.
Yeah.
Really?
But I'm not. I wish I had a tracksuit. What were you about to say?
Dude.
Something?
Can you turn my headphones up a little bit? Thank you.
It's got no snare.
Turn it up in my
headphones.
headphones.
I saw a guy last.
hey, Mike,
Hey,
hey, turn these headphones.
Hey,
up.
where is my snare? By the way,
Turn the
yeah.
turn the motherfucking headphones up. So, guys, what if you? I was walking my dog the other day. What kind of cookies are?
yeah, that's like me.
Let's rank the Trader Joe's cookies.
I saw a guy at the airport the other weekend wearing a fucking leather jacket. Can you believe that? He was waiting online at the security.
That's not
and he
that
was,
crazy. A leather
A
jacket?
leather jacket
Maybe
on
he
a
was traveling
plane.
on business. Maybe he had a meeting to go to.
It was one of those leather jackets that were like the Chris Angel leather jackets with the little flappy thing right here. You know what I mean? Where it's like a buckle right
Yeah.
there. And he was wearing like, he just looked like a fucking model.
Magicians hate Chris Angel
Why?
Really?
because he's like most of his tricks are editing, like
Yeah.
post.
Oh, yeah.
editing. And
Well, he said like I gave David Blaine like a $30,000 watch, and he just gave it to someone else. Like he fucking
That's
like
hilarious.
He was like, "Yeah, I guess I'll take this," and he was like, "You want this watch?" Just gave it to somebody else. Like
Because David Blaine is so much richer than Chris Angel.
I think he just doesn't respect him or something like that.
I know a couple.
Oh, that's
I know a couple
awesome.
magicians.
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's
they really
awesome.
don't like Chris Angel.
Yeah.
I think
You know a
he's-
couple magicians.
What can I say?
For a while, a magician was just a guy who's like, I'm going to put myself in a box with like David Blaine was doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to submerge myself in diarrhea for 3 months.
Right.
It's like, oh, cool magic trick, David Blaine.
David Blaine puts a fucking like a thing through his hand, and
Yeah.
that's magic to him.
Yeah.
Every day he makes a little
the
hole
hell was
deeper and
that?
deeper in his hand until he's able to
God.
create scar tissue, and that's how he puts like needles through his arms and stuff. But this guy John, he gets in a big balloon and he hops around the stage, and it looks hilarious.
Now that's fun.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's like very fun, and he'll do a thing where he like, it's kind of like Cirque du Soleil, like mimey kind of. We were talking about mimes last time you were on the podcast, like where
mimes.
you put a bunch of stuff in a bucket, you think you're about to pour water on someone, then like a bunch of confetti falls out. Like that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
You like that. You like that. That's what we're trying to get going on the podcast. Hey man, welcome to the show.
Honestly, not a bad idea for a show.
I went to my kid's preschool the other day. He's starting a new preschool, and this zoologist came in. This guy, what do you think this guy brought to the preschool, the kids' preschool?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna guess a snake.
That's a good guess. He brought 3 medium-sized animals. He opens on hedgehog. He had a little hedgehog, a little pygmy hedgehog. But that's his opener.
Sure.
Then he goes tortoise. He had a little tortoise about this big. He closes with wallaby. He brings a wallaby with her baby.
What's a wallaby?
Those
a
things
little
are
mini
dangerous, though,
kangaroo.
right?
Yeah, he was holding it by the tail, so it wouldn't like sneak the kids in the face.
That's crazy. Have you ever seen a kangaroo before?
I don't. Not recently.
Maybe at the
I don't
gym.
think I've seen
the gym.
At the gym.
Yeah.
At Planet Fitness. Somebody was like, "Oh, there's a kangaroo in the woman's restroom." Oh, shut up! Yeah.
Dude, that's
There's a
Taking
kangaroo
a boxing
shaving in
class.
the women's locker room. Shut up, you bigot!
hopping around breaking things.
Yeah.
Just let it happen.
But anyway, so the wallaby was pretty cool, and she
Really
had a baby
cool.
with her. She was white. She had a little baby, and I was telling a friend of mine about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I would pay money to go to like an animal show. I'd pay like $20, 2-drink minimum to go see some
Yeah,
animals.
Of course.
Well, they do have that in Mexico.
Better than a lot of comics.
the pony shows.
Yeah, but that's when a pony
Yeah.
fucks a person.
Right, we're talking about like
Right.
an animal show, like without the
Talking about his-
woman who was
his kids'
severely
preschool.
abused.
Okay, what are you fucking?
But he's saying an animal show for adults.
Yeah.
which that's a good.
Yeah,
that was
but-
a good yes.
Oh, that is a good. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're talking about like if the reptile guy came and then he put the snake up your butt.
yeah.
Not my butt, but
not?
I
Why
would
not?
watch someone
Brandon's
else
like
do that.
the wallaby. Can you fuck it?
How does a wallaby's pussy look and smell like?
I always wonder what it would be like to be.
There you go.
How does
Now
the
that's how
wallaby-
you do dirty humor, Luke. Take
I would
note.
loved it.
How does the pussy smell like?
Can we pull up the first article? Because before we whatever it is.
What the hell is this podcast even about?
I have. I'm trying to I'm trying to splice in oddities.
You can't read that, right?
I can. Yeah.
Scottish.
Will you read
take a
it?
step
Yeah, I
closer.
got
Yeah. This is something I thought was interesting.
Oh, it's Scottish scientists. Oh boy.
All right, article.
Scottish scientists. An oxymoron. Go ahead.
Article from NPR. Scientists take a step closer.
We're scientists. I can't really do Scottish. Sorry. Go ahead.
Scientists take a step closer to resurrecting the woolly mammoth. A biotech company that hopes to resurrect extinct species said Wednesday that it has reached an important milestone: the creation of a long-sought kind of stem cell for the closest living relative of the woolly mammoth. This is probably Jesus Christ. They're asking me to donate. This is probably the most.
I thought you were going to say it's probably Jesus Christ.
This is probably the most significant step in the early stages of this project, said George Church, a geneticist at Harvard University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, who co-founded Colossal Biosciences in Dallas. The woolly mammoth was a big, shaggy species of elephant that roamed the tundra before going extinct thousands of years ago.
Okay. So I just want to. How come they keep trying to bring back the woolly mammoth?
Yeah. What is it about the woolly mammoth that needs to come back?
I just read that. And I was like, it's so funny that they're like, we need to bring back hey, I know we need to cure cancer, but how about we go ahead and bring back that big hairy elephant? I go, are you sure? It's just like, I mean, it
Just call my mother-in-law.
yeah, but anyway.
They should try to bring back some severe predators.
I mean, I think this guy's a big predator. He's got the big tusks.
Yeah, but they're gentle giants, right? Is that's what they say? The woolly mammoth is a gentle.
Well, they've
giant?
been dead for 30,000. I don't think we know.
Yeah.
They might be assholes.
Is it only 30,000?
I actually have no. That was I
Right.
totally made that up, but it could be like a couple hundred years. No, it can't be a couple hundred years, right?
Couple hundred years was like the 1800s. Oh, I got that looks like a nice. Oh no! Turn Charles Dickens style. Charles Dickens and the woolly.
I'm just imagining Abe Lincoln on a big woolly mammoth.
Yeah.
Papa
I'm on a woolly mammoth. That's
Papa
my.
Cratchit, get down from that woolly mammoth. We need to. couple hundred years. What was the woolly mammoth like a couple hundred years ago?
Yeah, I mean, so they're bringing him back, and
That's how they defeated the British.
they're the big hairy elephants.
Yeah. That's good.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you
a good
very
elephant.
much. Thank you.
That was my Todd Berry. That's a good elephant.
And we're bringing back the woolly mammoth.
We're doing incredible things with hairy elephant. we love the big tusks.
You know how Trump would talk about like reopening the coal mines and stuff like that? Not only just the coal mines, folks, we're bringing back
These guys are beautiful scientists, and they're saying we can have the woolly mammoth back. We can ride him around.
My grandma would be like, Trump's bringing back the woolly mammoth. It doesn't matter what he says. And Trump said we're going to defeat China by bringing back the woolly mammoth.
I don't know. I just think it's so funny. Like, why are we focused on that?
I know. Right. There's certain news stories that just come up all the time. Like
That's
like
one of
what it's always we're bringing back the woolly mammoth. Also, mosquitoes are killing us.
Yeah. Right.
Every couple of fucking years, it's like
The bees are always disappearing,
oh yeah,
the bees,
everybody's always
yeah.
worried about the bees,
Right.
aren't they?
We got.
I mean,
Apparently,
I
the
think
bees are the cornerstone of our
that used to
existence.
be
If
a
the
big
bees go
clipboard
away, I
thing.
think we go extinct. Isn't that the thing?
Really?
Well, that's what they say. The clipboard guys love to say that. They're
Clipboard guys, yeah.
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you got the
Then
clipboard
shouldn't
guys.
our god be a bee? You know what I mean? Shouldn't we be praying to a giant bee?
This is why you need to go clean. This is why I'm telling you, man. Come to the light. This is good.
I wish
This is good.
I've gone too far.
Yeah,
I can't.
You can't go back.
I can't go back.
Just say
Yeah.
fucking.
Why don't you
bee.
be quiet?
Oh my god.
Sorry.
oh my
So
god.
what's this other? You got one more?
I do, yeah. I have
Just kidding.
Wait, what were you gonna say? Oh,
What? Yeah.
up on the screen. We got student alleges friend convinced him to amputate.
Wait, what is this?
Student alleges friend convinced him to amputate legs to claim $1.7 million in insurance.
yeah. So this guy had his friend convinced him to cut off his legs to get money from the insurance company, and then they found out it was a scam, and then they took his money away, and now he's in prison.
Oh my god! Is the guy with no legs in
Damn,
prison?
just let him on house
yeah,
arrest.
you just go. Oh my god!
What the
He's
hell?
got no fucking legs. The
Yeah.
things
And
that
they're
you
bringing
can
back the woolly
convince-
mammoth.
The things that you can convince your friends to do. That's why I always thought Columbine.
This guy's like, bring back the woolly mammoth, bring back my legs.
That's why I always thought Columbine was so interesting that he was able to they're able to work on that together. Like one of them had to bring the idea.
Well,
Bring that one.
didn't they say
That's
that
like
they
when
were
you find out
Just go, what are you thinking of?
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, shooting at the school.
right.
Oh!
True.
That's like when you find out about a guy who like has sex with his mom. You're like, how did they bring that up? How did they broach that topic?
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to take a nap. Well, maybe I'll come in there with you. His mom has to be like, are you hitting on me?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's the last taboo. Because now everything's so woke.
We can't do incest. We're trying to
We're
do
doing
incest.
great things with incest, folks.
We're trying to do cousin. We love cousin.
Young man came up to me, tears in his
He had
eyes.
tears in his I mean, this is all
Tears in his eyes. He says, I want to fuck my mom. I went, wow. Wow, I guess we all want to fuck our moms now. And it's okay. It's okay. Does anybody else remember Gone with the Wind?
And you know, Michael Trump said it's okay to fuck your cousin. Okay, Grandma.
There are some states that you can marry your cousin.
well, it's
Still,
not
to this
really,
day.
but your cousin, like, you're not really, that's not
Oh, here
really
we
family,
go.
though.
Yeah, like the Roosevelts.
Blood cousins? Blood cousins?
Your first cousin's a little weird, but yes, some states you can marry your first cousin. But once you get into
Local
like,
comedian
second or
Mike
third
Recine
cousin-
makes a splash on a podcast saying it's okay to fuck your cousin.
I walked by the Radio City last night, and it was Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons final concert, and I feel like it's a
Whoa.
lot of
Final
people who
concert.
you guys, or like their final tour. I feel like a
wow.
lot of people you guys knew in your childhood and stuff were there.
What do you mean?
in the line? Just like a lot of New Jersey, Long Island.
Yeah.
It was like
Sure.
a real classic. Like
That's
that
funny.
line was
You know-
like,
Yeah.
ooh, like you could feel it.
Everybody's like, yeah.
So you never know when it's somebody's last tour because Bob Seger doesn't tour anymore. 'Cause
Right.
His saxophonist died.
Well, you
in, like,
never know when it's-
2019.
I went to
last
Paul Simon's last tour. I mean, he still performs, but he doesn't tour. And I went to his last one of his
Wow.
last shows, and it was pretty cool. But then he played Paul Simon. You know, he was like 80 years old, and he started playing like, these new songs. And everyone was like, "Dude,
New songs.
like you're Paul Simon. Like
Yeah.
we want, you know, whatever."
Yeah.
He's got a lot of do-do-dos. I mean, that's I don't
That
want
guy loves
We got to
do-do-dos.
go in a second, but I just wanted to briefly say that he's a little too reliant on do-do-dos, and also
Lie.
And Lila Lies.
Lila Lies, Na Na Nas.
Yeah, everybody talks about them being like the golden age of songwriting, but it's like, and look, he's got some bangers, but
Sure,
then
I
at
could
the
write
same
it.
time, like it's a lot of like his big hits are like.
Yeah.
And also, like, how about the fact that James Taylor and Paul McCartney and Paul Simon, like, they still tour and they're these massive, arena people, but like all their songs were written when they were like 19.
Yeah.
They haven't really, like, Paul McCartney comes on, he's like, here's my new song, and then it's like,
Yeah, but he makes a joke about it. I saw Paul McCartney at Madison Square Garden. He's like, "This is the one where everybody goes to the." Oh, you know what I was
James Taylor's
thinking
like,
of?
I just came inside my pants.
You know what I was thinking of?
All his songs about coming in your pants. You don't really realize it until you listen to them.
You're sitting there, you're like, "What the fuck?" I was thinking about how.
all right, yeah.
Oh, we got to wrap up. But you know what I was thinking about? One last thing is
Sorry.
is that the Beatles wrote a birthday, like an original birthday song.
Yeah.
Which is like so obviously Paul bringing that to the Beatles, being like, so I was thinking about maybe we should write a happy birthday song, And they're like, there's already a happy birthday song. It's called Happy Birthday. No, I know.
I think we should do I can't really do it.
What, Ringo?
Yeah, I was doing Ringo.
Paul, let me guess. It goes Happy Birthday to you. No, you know what I'm talking about. Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, the Paul McCartney is like,
I think we should stick to a song about fucking our cousins.
Well, that's something we can all agree on. 1, 2, 3, 4. They get into it. Let me hold your hand, my cousin. Let me hold your hand.
Ed Sullivan's behind the camera, like,
These are the new guys.
okay, so Mike, you have a special.
Yes.
It's on YouTube.
It's on YouTube. It's called I'm Normal. It's very... I don't know.
We love Mike.
Seems
Mike
like
special.
we
He did
love
at the
Mike's special.
stand.
It's called I'm Normal.
Main room at the stand. We're doing incredible things.
It seems like people like it, so I hope you watch it.
That's
and
great.
Like
Yeah,
it and leave a comment
I'm excited
and,
to watch it and
Leave a comment.
leave a comment. What else? People should just
Subscribe.
Interact with it. Subscribe and
interact
what
with
do
it.
you
My
have?
Venmo's in the bio and in the thing.
PayPal,
Somebody
Venmo.
Yeah, somebody Venmoed me $2 last night and said Nick Mullen is funnier.
Oh, jeez.
Jeez.
Yeah,
They
but
suck, man.
but whatever.
Fans
I
I'm,
got his
I'm
$2.
sorry
It's
about that,
awful.
man.
What do you
I
mean?
don't. I didn't mean to do that. That's stupid.
But actually, Nick messaged
What do
me
you-
and he said people are already saying using your special to say I'm not good at comedy.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then
So
it's,
you can't
you're
have
even.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
do
go.
you have anything? I know you.
Well,
yeah.
I have a special coming out at some point. It's almost done, so that'll come out soon. So subscribe to my YouTube, and I have a podcast coming out,
Gotta put that Venmo in the middle.
and I will put I'm gonna have the Venmo running at the bottom at all times,
Just flashing the whole time.
yeah, just flashing on the screen.
like The Exorcist.
Oh, we really gotta wrap.
Yeah,
so,
we gotta go.
Instagram,
I'm so sorry, Mike.
Twitter, all that
so
stuff.
hungry.
Follow me, whatever.
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.